Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode. And today I want to go over why I bought a Toyota Tacoma over anything else. So let's get into it. And one more thing before we actually get into the video, because I know you're thinking already when we first started this, you're like, wow, that's probably one of the sickest shirts I ever seen. Yes, it is. And I've been making this one and another design. And if you go onto my Instagram at Get Lost Adventures, I'll link it right here. You can go ahead and send me a DM and order yours. And also, they have been voted the #1 outdoor apparel in the US. So that's pretty hardcore. So you're going to want one. So just want to throw that in there really quick. Get your merch, get some stickers, and support the channel and support me. And yeah, that's basically it. So now for real this time, let's get into the actual review. All right, so a little backstory information before we actually get into this truck. Let me tell you about my last truck. So the truck before this was a 2007 Silverado 4-wheel drive extended cab, and it was the Vortec Max Edition, which is super cool. I love that truck. I miss it every day. But it had the 6.0 liter, so it was horrible on gas. It was just a heavy truck, so trying to wheel in sand or snow or anything, it would sink. I had a ton of mechanical problems with it. I had to redo the top end of the motor 3 times. It was more work than it was worth. So that's what really pushed me over the edge to start looking for something new. And I didn't go into the market knowing I wanted a Tacoma. I actually am a diehard Chevy guy, and I went to buy another Chevy. So I was looking at the new Silverados, and I wasn't a huge fan of the body styles or anything like that. So then I was like, well, I'll check out GMCs, and same thing. I wasn't a fan of what they were doing, how they were made. So I kept shopping, and I went around back and forth with a bunch of different trucks, and over in my head, I know I drive a lot. This is a 2020. I bought it brand new, and it's already got 41,000 miles on it. I like to drive my vehicles. I don't like to worry about the miles on them or anything like that. I like to make sure they're well kept, but I like to drive them. And my Chevy was a lot of maintenance. It was always something wrong with it. And then obviously with that truck, I always did an oil change every 3,000 miles. So when I heard that on the Tacomas and Toyotas in general, I guess, you only have to do a service every 5,000, and one of those just a tire rotation and oil changes every 10. So that was really appealing to me. Not only does it save me money, but it saves me a headache of having to stop and do maintenance so close together, you know, especially with my driving. So that was a good selling point. And then also, you hear of Toyotas lasting forever. I don't know one person that has had a Toyota that wasn't any good. I've even heard of people that don't care about their trucks. They don't change the oil, they don't do anything to it, and it'll still last forever. So that was really appealing to me. So I decided I'd go and check them out, and I looked and looked, and then finally I stumbled upon this one, and everything worked out, and that's how we got her. So that's basically why I wanted to. Is basically the gas mileage was good, maintenance was good, they run forever. It's a good looking truck to begin with. I love the look of the Tacoma. I think they're super sleek. I think they're really simple. They're not over the top like a lot of the other new trucks on the market today. And that's really appealing to me. I just like simplicity and functionality. And not only that, is their size is I feel like I can fit so much stuff into this truck, but it's so small. I can almost fit this truck almost anywhere a Razor can go. And I love that, because my Chevy wouldn't make it through brush or thick trees or anything. It was just too wide. So that was another really cool thing about this truck. Okay, so now with you guys knowing why I bought it, what was so appealing to me, how do I actually feel about it after 41,000 miles of driving? So first things first, when I first lifted it and I put wheels and tires on it, I really wasn't that impressed anymore. It was constantly looking for gears. The shift points were horrible. Getting up to speed on the freeway was terrible. It just wasn't what I expected it to be. But luckily I did get it tuned, and that made a world of a difference. And now none of that is a complaint anymore, which is good. That has been settled and fixed. Another thing that I do love about it after 41,000 miles is how smooth it is. This truck, as a lot of you guys know, I drove, I think it was a 2,500 mile round trip, and it drove like a car. I didn't feel like I was driving a truck from state to state. It felt like I was driving a nice, comfortable car. The handling was great. Everything was smooth. It did awesome. I really love that, and I like that I don't feel like I'm driving this big stiff truck anymore. So that's another big selling point for me. And one other complaint that actually pertains to that long trip that I'm going to go over, and it can be fixed, so it's not a huge deal, but I just want to point it out there, especially if you're shopping for one right now. Me being a smaller guy, I'm only 5'7", and the seat is really low. This seat makes you feel like you're sitting in like a beach chair almost. I know they make risers that come up so you're more higher, so you're up a little bit higher to make you feel like you're sitting in an actual chair. I'm gonna order those and I'm gonna put that in. But that's another complaint. It really was hurting my legs after a while of driving, being crammed in and not being able to really stretch out. So that's one thing. But also on the plus side of the interior, I do like all the little storage compartments it has. I can put stuff in here. I have my glove box, I have this, and then my back seats, I have tons of room. I have storage back here, which is awesome. More storage back here, which is even more awesome. I just have storage everywhere. There's storage under the seats, and that's another thing I love about my truck, is because I carry a lot of gear inside here constantly, because I like to be prepared for anything. If I ever feel like going out and taking a trip, I don't want to have to spend my whole afternoon loading up my truck with gear and everything else. I like to have everything on hand, so when I want to go, I'm ready to go, and I'm not counting on anything else, and I'm not forgetting anything else at the same time, because everything's already in my truck. So that's a big selling point. Yeah, those are some things that made me really like it. If you are in the market for a truck right now and you're wondering what to get, I honestly would recommend this. I love my truck. I love the way it performs. I love the gas mileage on it, even for being lifted with 33s. It's really impressive after everything's been tuned. Obviously, I had to do some stuff to get it here, but to me, it was all worth it in the end. I think it, I just think it's worth it. Like, if you're gonna invest in something that you really want and you're really gonna take care of it, I think this is the way to go, especially for the price point. So let's talk about price point as well. I got this truck in 2020, the beginning of 2020, before like all the chip shortages and everything like that. So I did get lucky with my price on it, but when I was going in to buy a truck, I was looking for something on the lower end. I didn't have a lot of money to spend, and I didn't want a high payment on a truck, so I was really going in for a cheaper truck. So my truck is just your very base model SR Tacoma. When I went in, I knew I didn't want like the tech package and the off-road package, the sport package, anything like that. I just wanted, when I went in there, I told them all I need is 4 doors, 4-wheel drive. That's it. I don't care about color. I don't care about features. I don't care about any of it. I just need something that can get me from point A to point B with 4-wheel drive. Everything else I can make on my own, because in my personal opinion, if I was buying like a TRD Pro, let's say, well, lockers are cool, but they're still electric lockers at the end of the day. They're not air lockers. So that's kind of a downer for me. And then you have your TRD Pro suspension and your TRD Pro tires that you're spending all this extra money on. that in the end, if you were to lift it and put bigger tires, just like how my truck's set up now, you're throwing everything that's TRD Pro suspension wise away. So that's just a waste of money to me. I know there's a lot of people that have different opinions out there towards that. That's just my personal outlook on the whole idea. So that's why I went with the SR base model truck. And with that, I didn't get any fender flares, which I actually like. I think it's sleek. It looks nice. It's still metal. It's not a plastic flare that's on the side that's going to start coming unglued and everything else. It's just how it is how it is, and that's what I like. Everything's super simplistic, and it's just all around a nice truck. And the interior really wasn't much different. And what I like about the SR2 is everything's blacked out already. People are spending all this money on these other trucks, and I'm not bashing you guys for doing it. I respect everyone's trucks. I think everyone's own personal build is cool, and this is my own personal preference. But other trucks are coming with the chrome trim and different color bezels and everything like that. But for me, I actually prefer the blacked out look. And because it is a base model, Toyota didn't spend any time painting anything or putting anything in that they didn't need to. So everything's completely blacked out on the dash. And the door panels, because I know there's like a chrome delete door handle kit that you can buy for higher models, but everything on here is already blacked out, and I think it looks better in my opinion, and it's already done. So even if it came with chrome, I would still have to change it out, but I don't because of the model that it is. Yeah, so that's just kind of where I stand with it. Everyone has their own opinion, obviously, but let me know what you guys drive. Do you guys drive Tacomas too? Is that why you guys found me? Or do you guys have Jeeps? Jeep was another runner-up with me when I was looking for a vehicle. The one reason I didn't go Jeep is because at the time I needed the bed to haul stuff. So I got the truck, and obviously now it's no longer a truck per se because I can't haul anything in the bed with the setup, which is fine. I love the way it is, but that's another one that was a runner-up, is the Jeep. I know Chevy makes the Colorado, and then there's the Ford Ranger and stuff like that. There's a lot of good trucks on the market that are pretty comparable, but again, when it came down to the Toyota name and just that longevity of the vehicle and the dependability, it couldn't be beat in my eyes. I had to go with what I thought would be best. My bad, the GoPro I'm using overheated, so it cut out. Not really sure where I left off, but to kind of wrap everything up really fast, this truck was right for me. I'm not trying to convince anyone to go out and buy this truck specifically, but for my needs and what I wanted, this was everything I could ever ask for. So I'm super happy with it. There are a couple things I want to change still to kind of make it better, but as far as it is right now, it's great. It's a great truck and I love it. And I think it's going to be one that sticks around for a long, long time, if not forever. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching. And yeah, like I said earlier, be sure to check out my Instagram so you can pick up a couple shirts or stickers or whatever. And also, if you want to just support the channel in general, be sure to subscribe and leave a like and comment your guys' overland rigs. I want to know what everyone else is running, see what you guys are driving. I think it's cool that everyone has different opinions and different outlooks on vehicles, so everyone has their own unique build, which is awesome. So let me know what you guys drive, and we'll catch you on the next adventure. We'll see you later.